It's Tuesday morning. This is our California sunrise from bed. You see the bear box out there on the left and the sun coming up through the trees. This is the back of the camper van. We're out on our morning walk. We did this one last night. We're out amongst the redwoods right by our campsite. The ranger said these are all untouched. No one comes in here and does anything to them. These are the bear boxes, how you get into them. Hopefully they've had their breakfast already this morning. Ken's letting me go first, so I knock down all the cobwebs. You can hear the water running over here in the stream. There should be some trout in there. I don't think the salmon run till later. Here's another grove of trees. Some grow to be 370 feet tall, it said. Just kind of doing a 360 here. Ken thinks these are the baby redwoods. You don't really see any small ones in here, really. Well, maybe a few. This gives you an idea of how big they are. There's a lot of sword ferns that grow along here. And later you'll see the lichen, the moss on the trees. Here's some of the lichen on the trees. And then there's a little bitty mushroom growing. Just a nice morning walk through the woods. Very level path. We saw this last night. Ken said it would be blooming this morning. Here's another grove of trees. We're down here by the campfire circle. We're on the redwood trail, by the way. This is a cool tree. Some of the bark strands go straight up. Some loop around, I think, based on the wind and the limbs. Here's one that fell over. It said the root system's about 12 foot long. They like to grow together. I think they intermix their roots and it makes them stronger. Here's one that's about 4 foot tall. You can see the rings. The rings through time. And we're on the Revelation Trail loop right now. These aren't so big, they're just tall and skinny. Here's one of the few that's just kind of a standalone, so you can actually see what it looks like going all the way up. Although the sun's starting to creep into my pictures. Here's one that fell. It goes all the way down there. This talks about the sounds of survival. So there are salmon in here, they're just not running upstream yet. Here's several that have grown together. Ken said he was going to walk across this morning. Here's one that fell over. It's kind of a bridge across the water. We're just finishing up our walk, coming from the other direction now. They go way up. We're on our driving tour now. Here's one that's grown on top of one that fell over. It's not real tall, so it's fairly new. I think it grows about 3 foot a year. Here's one that fell over. And they had to cut it in two because it fell on the walking path. Here's a good example of a standalone tree. That tree was 304 feet, diameter 21, circumference 68, and it's 1,500 years old. I'll give you a 360 here. That's kind of a nice grove right there. This is supposed to be the corkscrew tree, but it looks like it's just the bottom.